Welcome to this edition of Sema na Spox. Sema na Spox. Bonga na Gava. And today we are talking matters qualification. Je, uko na ile pepa legit ama uko na ingine bonoko? Kuna pepa bonoko Yaani ile karatasi yako unatoa hivi. Kuna watu wameshikwa wakiwa na makaratasi fake. Juzi nilipatana na mmoja hapa Harambe House. Amekuja ati amesemekana sitamtaja jina, lakini saa hii qualification ni gani? Is it local? Is it regional? Is it international? Pepa yako itaweza kuwa recognized mahali kwingine. We have very great team here from the Kenya National Qualification Authority, wakiongozwa na Chair Governor Stanley Kiptwis, makofi hapo, na pia CEO ambaye ni mrembo sana hapa, atatuambia alikuja kuwa CEO. Lakini before we come to that, you know, government is, ni amazing. Juzi tumetembea huko, tumeenda huko, tukaona vile Nairobi Rivers inatengenezwa. Tukaona vile Nairobi Rivers Commission inafanya kazi nzuri, wakiongozwa na Murashi ambaye ni CEO wao na kina Chebichi Lelei. Tumeingia hapo, tumeingia affordable housing za Shauri Moyo, tumeingia Pangani affordable housing, tukaziona huko Pumwani tayari wako hata na wako na Taft yani kumetengenezwa. The government is doing so much when it comes to affordable housing and regenerating our rivers. It's extremely important. Pia hapo ukiangalia saa hii vile tunazungumza hivi, wale wazee wa nyumba 10 village elders wanapatiwa 3,000 kama allowance. Hawajai kupatiwa tena. Serikali imeanza kuwashughulikia hawa wenzetu ambao wanakuwa kisoma cases, ili tuhakikishe kwamba wanasaidia watu wetu na huko kwa vijiji na kadhalika. Hiyo ni mara ya kwanza imewekwa over billion shillings, inasaidia hawa wazee wetu, angalau wazee wa mtaa wakituangalilia mambo kama hayo. Hapo ukiangalia vizuri vile serikali imeamua saa hii, sio tu mambo ya watu kuenda hivi kuenda kule. Ile mchele yote ikomwea inanunuliwa na Gava. Hiyo over 60,000 metric tons wanachukua magunia wananunua, ili wakulima wetu ambao wafanya nini? Wafanye. Kwa sababu, by the way, for your information, sisi kama serikali hatuwezi yani market yetu ya nini? Mpunga. Ukipenda uite mchele, lakini inaitwa kwa Kiswahili kizuri mpunga. Haiwezi katosheleza. So tunanunua kwanza hiyo ya mwea, alafu ndio tuangalie tutapata kwingine, hapo ndio bei siende juu zaidi. So tunajali wa Kenya kama serikali, si ndio? Pia zaidi ya hapo, the government is very keen on ensuring that we fund higher education. And that is why we pumped in a lot of money in HELB to ensure that our young people are able to go to the university. And not just HELB is no longer just doing universities, pia inafanya hata TVET. TVET people wanapatiwa hiyo pesa wengi sana, so that we are able to move forward. Already unaona pia tumeangalia mambo ya teacher interns. Already tunataka kuwafanya permanent and pensionable. Tushaweka pesa kwa bajeti. Sio ni maendeleo? But let's hear more from none other than the CEO of KNQA about what qualifications make you to get what kind of job. Makofi kabisa hapa. Madam, how are you?
Very well.
You are well?
I am very well, sir.
You look like you're a UDA member.
The color.
The color is yellow. Ni wheelbarrow. Wakati wakambili kwa sema wheelbarrownomics. Yes. Now tell me, madam, you look fairly young. What are your full names?
My name is Alice Wairimo Kande. Yes.
Thande.
Kande. Yes.
Hey, that's a unique name.
A unique one.
Yeah.
I agree.
How do you pronounce it? Kande?
Kande.
Ya kutoka wapi hiyo?
Kutoka Nyeri.
Hiyo sijai kusikia. Hiyo nao ni mpya kabisa. Yes, so Alice, how did you grow up? How did you come up to become a CEO of the KNQA?
Thank you so much.
Ulienda shule wapi?
Nilienda
kwanza, kwenu ni wapi kwanza?
Kwetu ni Laikipia.
Yeah.
comes from Laikipia.
Okay.
My parents came from Nyeri and they moved to Laikipia.
Okay.
Laikipia West.
Yes.
That's my home county.
Who is your member of parliament there?
Born and bred there. And I went to school.
Inaitwaje hiyo shule?
Inaitwa Karava Primary School.
That sounds like it's more in Kirinyaga. Is that in Kirinyaga or India?
Pia tuko na Karafa huko Laikipia West.
Okay.
Na tunashukuru in as much as iko huko ndani mabarabara tumeletewa tuko sawa.
Okay.
But when I was growing up, accessibility was really an issue. But we're glad because it produced us.
Yeah.
And from Karafa Primary School, I joined high school.
Where is
I went
this?
to Nanyuki, a school called Moi Equator Girls.
Okay. Moi
Equator Girls.
Oh, okay. That was a very well performing schools in the 90s.
It was a good one. Absolutely.
Yeah,
it
used to be one of the very famous ones.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we did well. But I also passed through Jonjo Girls.
Okay.
So in high school, I went to 2 schools.
Okay.
Jonjo Girls, still
Jonjo
in
was named after
Nyahururu.
Charles Jonjo.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Charles Jonjo was also from there.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
from there, I
for
joined.
those who don't know Charles Jonjo, he used to be, an attorney general. Yeah,
AG.
Wama jenzi wanashindwa Jonjo ni kama ni jina la mtu ama ni jina ya peremende.
Absolutely. And from there,
Unajua anaweza kafikiri ile Jojo. Hii ni NJO.
yes, I joined Kenyatta University.
Oh yeah.
I did, and I went to pursue.
Nigote hapo sasa.
Kabisa.
That's my KU hoye.
I Hazel alma mater.
Okay.
Yes, and I did a bachelor in education.
Oh, wewe ni mwalimu?
Mimi ni mwalimu.
In which subjects?
Mahesabu na business.
Okay.
Kiswahili.
Mass business.
Okay. Yes.
Wow.
However, I did not really teach. I got
Okay.
a TSC number, but I didn't teach.
Okay.
I decided to pursue my master's.
Okay.
Because somehow I felt like I needed to be in a different space. Well, I appreciated, of course, being a trained teacher.
Okay.
But I still went back to KU. That was in 2008. I went to do my master's.
Okay.
Back in KU, I did master's in
Kwani wewe
strategy.
nikuulize ulikuwa KU mwaka gani?
I joined in 1998.
Yes.
And graduated with my first degree in 2002.
Okay. Okay.
Hapo nikakawia kidogo.
Lakini ni sawa tu. Nilikuwa hata kujua kama tulikuwa campo the same time.
Ni kama tuko na kweli.
Ndio sasa hiyo ndio nilikuwa nimechaguliwa student leader. So ninaona pale.
I know very well.
I think your last graduation, President Moi came and Henry Kosgei was the Minister for Education.
Yes.
I was a first year that time.
Yes.
Cheza
I
na
know
bibi.
that very well.
Hebu si hiyo weka hiyo kitu hapo kando. Nataka urelax na kama unaweza kunywa kikombe hiyo glasi ya maji, chukua sip moja tafadhali. Just take a sip. Yeah, just take a sip. Yeah. Si unaona hiyo ni mrembo kabisa. Basi hapa makofi kidogo. So after your masters you went to study what?
I did an MBA, Masters in Administration, Strategy.
Yes.
From there, I took a break.
Yes.
Then in 2011, I enrolled for my doctorate.
Oh, wow.
In JQuat.
Okay.
Yes, so still in business administration.
Yes.
And in 2017, that's when I got my doctorate.
Wonderful. Daktari makofi hapo.
Nashukuru.
Yeah.
Thank you. And now I say that when I got my first degree,
yes.
I, of course, envisaged to be a teacher, but I decided to do something else.
So let me understand. So when you did your bachelor's degree, what did you do in between as you were doing your master's?
I was teaching, and that's why I'm going.
Okay.
Because when I got my TSC number, but then I felt I needed to do something else, I enrolled for a higher diploma in HR.
Okay.
Because I felt like I needed to be in an organization. I don't know, because my parents were teachers, but I felt, in as much as I've done education, I want to be like in an institution. But interestingly, what inspired me, my firstborn sister was working for NHIF now, and she had an office. I was like, well, I could see the staff there, and I could see the CEO somewhere, and I was like, well, I wouldn't mind.
Yes.
So I did HR. When I was doing HR, I did it in a college called Kenya School of Professional Studies in Parklands. And when I was doing that...
Is that the one that was called Inorero?
Inorero. Later on became Inorero University.
Yes.
For FT Nyamo.
Yeah.
Yes, and when I was pursuing that, they began giving me part-time classes.
Okay.
Hizo part-time classes, nikaona sasa, let me proceed. And when I was doing that, I had now enrolled for my master's.
Okay.
So I later realized that even as I got these classes to teach certificate and diploma, I needed to teach a higher level.
Okay.
So I needed also to pursue my doctorate. So that is how I got that motivation to proceed and, even pursue my doctorate.
Very good. So let me ask you now, when it comes to, after you got your PhD, were you still teaching at Inorero?
No, at some point I took a break. I actually taught at Inorero until 2008. I took a 2-year break. I went to Japan for 2 years for
Okay.
family reasons.
Uh-huh.
But while there, of course, I managed to do a few things teaching because I was a trained teacher.
Okay, so you,
And I had my certificate.
so what were you doing in Japan? Konnichiwa.
Konnichiwa. Onamae wa
Onambaye wa
Alisan.
uh-huh.
Yeah.
I can see you are speaking, huh?
Yes.
Okay. Watashi
Yes.
wa Maora desu. Ai Kenyatta Daigaku. Ndio kusai desu.
Watachi wa
Okay,
desu.
endelea kidogo. Tuachie hapo. Usichanganyishe
Nashukuru.
watu hapa. Uh-huh.
Yes.
So you are there
I
as a
took
sensei or
break.
what? Sensei is a teacher.
A sensei is a teacher.
Yeah, so
Yes,
what-
I took up a role as a sensei, but I joined my family. My family went there for some reasons.
I see.
So
Family comes
I went
first.
there.
Mnasikia
It
majenzi?
does. It does.
Hata kama umesoma na PhD family,
Comes first.
baada hata ukishamaliza mambo yote, family ndio inakuwa ikikuzika. Kweli ama uongo? So family. Yes, go ahead.
Yes, so that's how I left Inorero and took a break for 2 years. When I came back in 2011, Inorero had now, KSPS had transitioned to be Inorero.
Yeah.
So when I came back, they still took me back now as a lecturer, and that is when I enrolled for my PhD.
Oh, I get you. Now, let's cut it because
Yes.
of time. So how did you now end up being the KNQA CEO, and what has been your
Great.
motivation?
Excellent. Now, from 2012, I joined Riera University as a founding head of School of Business when it began, and I taught there until 2015. From 2015, I joined Commission for University Education
Okay.
as a senior researcher.
I see.
Kutoka hapo, I joined
At that time, it was under Standa, or who was in charge?
Some,
David
Professor
Some.
Some, David
Who
Some.
took over from Professor Standa?
Yes.
Okay.
And in 2021,
We used to call him David Sam.
David Sam,
Yeah,
yeah.
because Sam is a
That's a
Sam.
great
Yeah.
chair. Yes, then I joined Kenya National Communications Authority as a deputy director in charge of planning, policy, and
So
research.
then you actually grown to the CEO position.
To this, no,
Eh.
I when I joined KNQA, I joined as a deputy director.
Yeah.
And then in 2022,
Yes.
when the position fell vacant, and our then CEO, Dr. Juma Mwana, now PS,
Oh yeah,
exited.
We
Yes.
just come from being with him actually.
Absolutely.
Tumepiga story sana na Dr. Mkhwana.
Yes.
Okay,
So when he exited,
yeah.
that's how when I got an opportunity as an acting CEO.
Yeah.
And with the very able leadership of our chairperson,
Yes.
they gave me an opportunity now to serve as a substantive CEO from April 2024.
Wonderful.
So that's where I am now.
Wonderful. Now let's come to the chair here. If I can get the mic here to the chair. Hey, nice to see you.
Pleasure.
Unajua the last time nilikuona tulikuwa na wewe mambo ya mapambano ya ile chama ilikuwa yetu.
Bilika ya Jubilee.
Hey, so Governor Stanley Kiptis was the second governor of Baringo County. So how has it been being chair of KNQA?
It is quite a huge responsibility, very involving, very demanding. But as we are also learning and growing, and happy to serve the country called Kenya.
But how is it different from running a county and now running a parastatal?
This is about this professional body, and the standard is different because we deal with professional bodies.
Okay.
We work with
At least you see watu kule kwa
partner
mashinani.
agencies. Pardon?
Kwa bodaboda wakikwambia acha ya chai.
Hiyo ni kawaida. Hiyo ni kawaida, wakinitambua si lazima ninunue chai.
Lazima utoeke.
See. But here we are like supportive. We support her and support the management as a council.
Okay.
That's our work.
Wonderful. So what is your other than being in politics, you are a career educationist.
That's it.
So this fits very well in with your calling, isn't it?
Yes.
Because then it means that then you are trying to see, it's like you are certifying whether somebody has got the right kind of qualifications. Tell us about that.
So far so good. We appreciate how the Kenyans are responsive, especially on this issue called fraudulent certificates.
Yeah.
It has been rampant, but with the support of other agencies, we've really done a lot.
Okay.
So far, we have netted more than 12,000.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, more than 12,000. A number are in courts. It takes time to really get there.
Yeah.
And we realize it cut across all the, let me call it all levels of employment.
Okay.
Yeah, many a times we want to ask the employers to be a bit keen, carry on what we call due diligence, especially in trying to understand those certificates. Why we call it fake is that because they are not recognized and they are not acceptable.
I see.
So far, we want to appreciate the much KNQ has done. We are coming up with a database.
Okay.
I know Madam CEO will really expand on that.
Okay.
That will allow us now to cap on fraudulent certificates. And also the national government, the special Ministry of Education for supporting us and ensuring that we don't have mushrooming colleges
Okay.
or institutions,
Okay.
which are too personal. And that's where all this game is being played.
Wonderful. So you have a very able team, and I can see you have also your director, Dr. Noor, here.
Yeah.
Director Noor is here. So I think let's come back to you, Madam CEO.
Thank you.
Tell us, what are the key functions of KNQA? And how long have you been CEO now, by the way?
This is my second year substantively.
Okay, so what are the key functions of the agency?
Yes, thank you. Kenya National Qualifications Authority. Let me start by saying that, of course, a government agency under the Ministry of Education,
I see.
State Department for TVET.
Okay.
So, of course, our role revolves around education and training, but most importantly, to ensure there is a harmony within education and training space.
I see.
As a country, for the longest time, pre and post independence, we've had fragmentation in terms of training and especially issuance of a certificate.
I see.
So you would find, especially within the TVET space and going upwards, there's a certificate that would be issued, for instance, called a diploma that would take a lesser or longer period than a similar one called a diploma by another institution for lack of standards, for lack of harmony.
So standardization.
So standardization. So the Kenya National Qualifications Framework, it is established via KNQF Act of 2014.
Yeah.
We just celebrated our 10 years since we were established.
Actually, I remember us passing that in Parliament when I was a member of Parliament.
Yes.
So it's 10 years now, or
It is
actually
10
12, isn't it? 2014, or when did you get operationalized?
Operationalized, really,
2015?
2018 we got the regulations, the first set of regulations.
Okay. That's when they actually started
Yes,
running fully.
that
But,
is
but you've done
actually-
10 years. So
Yeah,
did you
we've
celebrate
done
last year or this year?
We actually celebrated this year last month, May.
Oh, wonderful.
Months
So
ago.
10
Yes,
years, huh?
10 years.
Okay. So standardization of qualifications,
Of
what else?
qualifications
Yes.
and harmonization.
Harmonization.
And most importantly, providing a framework of understanding our qualifications. That is what we call National Qualifications Framework.
I see.
In other words, bringing together all levels of education and training in a very simplistic way of understanding. If I have the lowest level certificate at basic level, how does it connect to the next one? How does it connect to a professional certificate as well, so that it makes it easy for even an employer to be able to see that if you got a certificate that is, say, mapped at level 6, whether it is issued by institution A or whether it is issued from the professional training, how exactly would you interpret its relevance? So the National Qualifications Framework is really a harmonizing tool, so to speak, that brings together all those levels of education and training. And that is a first for this country. Because through implementation of the National Qualifications Framework, we are able to now collaboratively bring together all the players that are within what we call the academic pathway,
I see.
within what we call the TVET pathway, within the industry training NITA is there, within professional pathway, where we have the likes of CASNEB, Chared, all that. Because
all
all
these
those
are
are
your
producing,
stakeholders,
all those are our stakeholders. Because you see, at the end of the day, we're saying that any certificate that is issued from any form of learning must find its place and recognition within the National Qualifications Framework. So we are existing to ensure effective implementation of the Kenya National Qualifications Framework.
Very good. So now, that framework that you now work on, is it defined by regulations? Is it by how do you have like guidelines? How do you do it?
Yeah, thank you. I did say that we have an act, the KNQF Act of 2014, and operationalized by regulations, KNQF regulations of 2025. Interesting, I have just said that we're celebrating 10 years. But why 2025? Initially, we had regulations of 2018.
Okay.
But in the course of implementation, we realized that there were some functions that were not coming out very clearly.
Okay.
There were also a bit of duplication of roles
Okay.
between ourselves and our sister institutions.
Okay.
And so unpacking now the act to really ensure that KNQA functions and delivers to what is envisaged by the act, then that is how we have the KNQF regulations of 2025. And we are so grateful that that was done at a point where we had already covered a couple of milestones. Importantly, getting people to recognize that there's a framework in place, that there's need to understand where a certificate, a qualification is mapped within any level.
Okay.
And most importantly, getting support to develop a couple of policies to support implementation of the National Qualifications Framework.
Wonderful. Now,
Yes.
if you had to be asked, Madam Kande,
Yes.
Dr. Kande, what have you been able to achieve so far as KNQA since inception and also under your leadership, under your tenure? Give us
Yes.
5 key things you've been able
Key
to do.
things.
You even have more. We are more than willing to hear them.
Absolutely.
Yes. And how does that impact Mwananchi?
Absolutely. If I would pick out on key achievements that we have made in the course of implementation of the National Qualifications Framework, the main one is actually having that National Qualifications Framework in place. And the fact that, importantly, we have been able to pull together all these players from basic to TVET to universities. In other words, what you're saying is that right now, we wouldn't get an employer who would query a certificate that is issued by an institution because it is either accredited or not accredited. It's very clear now through implementation of the framework, because we are able to spell out which institution is accredited and which one is not. So having the framework in place is a major milestone for us. And number 2, having specific policies that have helped us now even unpack further the National Qualifications Framework. And allow me to mention that, first of all, we have what we call the recognition of prior learning policy.
Yeah,
Sure, we've
RPL.
heard about that.
Yeah.
That is a critical component
Okay.
of the National Qualifications Framework.
Okay.
Because
okay.
the beauty with
Yeah.
the National Qualifications Framework is
Yes.
that it is flexible. It recognizes that learning is not just that you acquire when you go to an institution. If you find yourself in an industry, for one reason or the other, because there are those who exit at various levels,
Yeah.
and you're able to acquire a skill or competence, then there's a mechanism in place to ensure that that skill or competence is actually validated, is assessed, and certified.
I see.
And so that means that we have a policy that helps us in complementing what we already have as traditional way of learning. And we are glad that we already had a very sound traditional framework of education. And so now, supported by recognition of prior learning, we are really able to capitalize on masses of people that we have in our country, especially think about Geokali sector. And
Wale watu
actually
ambao
that was a motivation.
wajasoma formally.
Wale hawajaenda, walienda class probably to a certain level, wengine hata hawajaenda, lakini walijipata kwa industry. But they are so fine in terms of...
By the way, acha nikwambie
Yes.
daktari, unapata mtu anajua mambo ya kutengeneza nyumba kuliko engineer na alifika standard 8. Yeah?
Na hiyo skill kabisa.
Kabisa, hata engineer atakuja kuwa nini intern wake.
Kabisa.
It's
a reality.
Yeah.
And actually that motivated us so much when we began development.
Mtu anakuja
of
na
that
kuchorea
policy.
atikimeshwa ya kitakaa hivi alafu anaambiwa bana hii zikafanya hapa. So the theory to practice. So mnasaidia hapo.
Tunasaidia
What
hapo.
have you been able to do? How many of them
Right
have you mweka standards kama?
Tumeweka policy,
Yeah.
tumeweka standards, and that has been institutionalized, meaning zile institutions zinastahili sasa ku-assess and certify. They are already doing it.
So mnasaidia hiyo RPL.
Tunasaidia. We coordinate development and implementation. And remember, I said that our key role is ensuring the standardization and this harmony. So we also want to ensure that our very creative Kenyans ourselves, we don't take advantage ya hiyo route tena tuanze kupata fake certificates through RPL. So the authority KNQA has a critical role to ensure that what is provided for in the policy and the RPL standards is duly followed. And proudly, we can say that we've made great progress because as we stand now, over 10,000 people have been successfully assessed.
That's really good.
In
Now, on that
various-
very key high note, tuchukue break. Hii ni Sema na Spox. Bonga na Gava. Keep it right here. Welcome back to Sema na Spox. Bonga na Gava. So, Madam CEO, you talked about RPL, you talked about fake certificates, you talked about institutionalization, which in itself is a lot of work, building an institution from scratch. I can tell you it's not easy. What are your other, achievements?
Thank you so much. Another great achievement, which again has been the flagship for implementation of the framework, is having that functional national qualifications database.
Okay.
Your database, what it has is that it has all the credible qualification awarding bodies. Qualification awarding body is any institution yenye iko na legal mandate to train, assess and award a certificate.
Okay.
We are still talking about fake certificates in this country, but I can confirm that we've made a lot of progress with the support of this government and collaboration with other stakeholders to ensure that that is fully addressed. And one of the ways in which that is being addressed is to ensure that as we register qualification awarding bodies and we register the programs that have been accredited so that any student who goes to any institution will not be misled to do a program that is not duly recognized. Because the challenge that we are having is that especially you'd find that institutions, in the hurry to ensure that they have many students, they will still want to get students registered in programs that are not registered. What that does...
I see. So that they can make more money.
They can make more money, unfortunately. And so the expense of the certificate that person will get because it will not be recognized. So what that database has, other than registration of that institution that is legally mandated, we also have the programs that are duly accredited by the subsector regulators.
Okay.
We also have graduates records, and that is the apex of it.
Wow.
That's the crux of the matter.
Amazing. So that's to mean,
Yes.
all of the people who graduated from our universities and
Yes.
colleges, you have the database.
We are gradually getting all the data. Currently, as we speak, we're just at 700,000,
Wow, that's
which is a
amazing.
plus, considering that the database has been up for just slightly over 3 years now.
Yeah, okay.
And we are grateful because through our collaboration now with our stakeholders, Commission for University Education, TVET Authority, we are reaching out to those institutions to ensure that graduates' records are duly submitted to KNQA for registration. And the beauty of this is that we've taken advantage of digitalization.
Okay.
We have a portal
Okay.
that is interoperable, meaning
okay.
that if an institution, a TVET institution, National Polytechnic, or a professional examination body has its own system, and you have your data there, you are able to integrate it with the National Qualifications Database. And that is how we have this vision of ensuring that by end of 2027, we shall have hit 3 million mark.
Okay.
Because we have so many graduates. All these are graduates, even yourself, Mheshimiwa, we would want you to click. At a click of a button, you see all your qualifications.
I see.
And you see
So
what that
tuondoe watu
does.
fake. And it should come
Wanaondoka
early.
kabisa.
Kwanza
Yes.
before watu waende kusimama governor.
Kabisa.
Yeah, we've seen some people who are
So that
running for
makes it
offices
very
and they don't
easy.
have certificates.
Absolutely.
Alafu wanaulizwa nani aligraduate na wao wanatuwekea picha za AI.
Very true.
Yeah.
So we have a solution solved by implementation of the National Qualifications Database. And another great achievement is credit accumulation and transfer system. That's a technical word, but it is not complicated. What we are saying, you see, in the process of learning, I did say that the National Qualifications Framework is a 10-level framework.
10
From
level?
the lowest, 10 level.
Okay.
10 level meaning that the lowest certificate you get at basic level, like from 844 is where you get at KCSE.
Okay.
But no, that is level 2. But for primary KCP would be level 1. For our current CB system, we have already mapped it as well. What you exit at senior school would be at level 2 and others at level 3 depending on the pathway. So what we're saying is that any studying, any learning that you have done, should you exit at some point, then what you have learned should not get lost. For the longest time, we had what you call dead ends.
Yeah.
Like you pursue a course, a certificate course, but because there's no clarity in terms of how it is matching, articulating, getting to the next level unaenda kwa institution ingine and they tell you that they are not recognizing what you have learned. So what the framework comes to do is to ensure that any learning that has been undertaken is really considered, and being that it was offered by a credible institution, then you use it to climb to the next level.
I see.
But then it has to be done in a standardized way. Because you see what happens is that, for instance, if you look at certificates at diploma level, when our diploma graduates get to the university, they want to pursue a higher level, KNQF level 7, that is bachelor's. There are some institutions that will give you a waiver for 1 year. And they tell you you'll start at year 2. There are institutions that will tell you, no, you have to start at level 1. So that is what that good policy called credits accumulation and transfer system comes to harmonize. Again, still playing our role of standardization in the qualifications ecosystem. So we are so glad that
wonderful.
It's there. Yes. Thank you.
Let me ask you, where are we globally with regards to qualifications and standardization as a country and Africa?
Yeah, great. A great milestone again because of those achievements, I must say, that we have done as a country, the support of the government, and appreciating the National Qualifications Framework is a global concept. Importantly, we are very active beyond our boundaries. Within the East Africa community, we have what we call the East Africa Community Qualifications Framework. And Kenya is actually working with now other sister countries to ensure the likes of our sister countries like Uganda also have their own national qualifications framework. Kenya is ahead. Allow me to say that. And I think that deserves a clap. Again, within the IGAD region qualifications framework, we are working on that so that the 8 IGAD member states, we are also able to have a standardized and coherent way of understanding our qualifications. So again, Kenya is the one that is ahead in terms of having a very sound, well-articulated and structured qualification system. And no wonder you find that we are having so many people coming from our sister countries to come and study in our countries. Reason being, when they come, we are able to look at their system and map it to our system. Unfortunately, if that other country does not have a mature system like ours, then it would be a disadvantage to you who wants to pursue it there, or even to look for a job. Now, within the continent, there's an umbrella body called Africa Continental Qualifications Framework. And within that, we have over 45 countries now that are implementing a form as members. And
where is
Kenya,
it headquartered?
It will be headquartered here. Let me tell you the story.
Did you lobby for it to be brought here? That means more people working,
do you
more
know
money.
what lobbied? It is our achievements, actually. Because actually all those member states, all those member countries, they actually voted to say which country is actually going to lead in this. And they were looking at the maturity and the soundness of the qualifications framework and the qualification system. Now, this is how it's working. It's a troika leadership. We have Kenya. We have our sister Zambia. They have Zambia National Qualifications Authority. And we have South Africa Qualifications Authority. SAQA, South Africa Qualification Authority, has been there for years.
It's the oldest.
It's the oldest actually within the continent. But as we speak now, Kenya is actually ahead. So
under your leadership and the chair,
we're grateful. We are grateful. Yes, and allow me to say
that's what sound leadership can do.
We are glad because what this has done is that it has brought out what we call mutual understanding and acceptability of qualifications. What this means is that if you move with your qualification from this country to another country, because of comparability of the qualifications framework, it gets so easy for your diploma, your degree, your master's to be recognized as such in that other country. So that they will not say that upon this one, even if you call it a master's, what you call level 9 here, they will start saying that it will be a bachelor's degree. So that is what we're doing, ensuring that we are building on trust in qualifications. And allow me to say that, again, the beauty of having these networks in place is that we've had so many people being supported. We're talking about mobility of skills and labor. And we are working in tandem with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and also State Department for Diaspora Affairs because people are really moving, especially like within the TVET space. We have people who have gotten jobs to do a specific skill. And what we have done is that through what we call a micro-credential framework, we are able to say, even if you do not get a full certificate, you have a certification maybe in, say, cosmetology, and that is what is required in another country or here. You are able actually to have that certified. It could be a part qualification, but it is something that is acceptable. And the beauty of this is that that is a concept that is also acceptable within the region, within the continent, and globally. As we speak, as we develop what you're calling the micro-credential framework, right now, 3 other countries within the continent are also working on it, so that we are able to really see how we can support our people.
Just explain again here.
Yes.
So micro-credential.
Yes.
What does it exactly mean?
Micro-credential.
Elezea
Si
kama
micro.
unaelezea yule
Sasa
mama wa
micro.
kule Nyamlangano village. Inamaanisha nini?
Inamaanisha.
Ama yule kijana wa boda wa hapo City Cotton.
Thank you. You see, certification, for the longest time, we've been looking at a very lengthy certification acquired over maybe minimal 2 years or 1 year. But currently, especially in light of technological advancements, you would find that there are people who are getting short-term certifications driven by digital space.
Oh yeah, like maybe you've attended a course for 1 week.
For 1 week, for 1 month.
Okay.
And what we've realized is that that is what the employer is recognizing. So what the National Qualifications Framework does globally is to look at what kind of certification, qualification is needed in the labor market. So that hii tunasema supply, so supply need the institutions what they are providing and what is demanded by the labor market, that we close this gap. So what we're doing with micro-credentials is to ensure that even the list of a skill or a competence that you have, as long as it can be recognized and it can be employable, it can make you fully engaged in the labor market, then let it be certified.
Okay.
So that we can help the employer.
Okay, let's come back to first things first. So you are here, you are KNQA. How do you relate with the CUE, your former employer, in Kenya National Examination Council, CASNEB, the individual universities? How do you, how do you do that? You remember, recently we saw a certain college, which I'm afraid I was a graduate of. I went to that same, ilikuwa inasemekana Ifai Kua, anyway, I don't know how far it went, but how do you work with them? Because you see, to ensure that people don't feel you're encroaching on their mandate and all of that.
Yes. You see, qualifications are actually applicable to vast spaces, very wide spaces. So we cannot say that the Kenya National Qualifications Authority can actually work on its own. In fact, as we speak, we say that it is implemented by a myriad of stakeholders. Amongst them are what we call subsector regulators. And subsector regulators include Commission for University Education, TVET Authority, also National Industrial Training Authority. What those regulators do is that they have a sub-framework within the National Qualifications Framework. I did talk about the 10 levels. So if you look at from basic to the highest, which is 10, 10th level is the doctorate level.
I see.
So your PhD ACO, it is mapped at KNQF level 10.
And then master's is 9.
Master's is 9.
Degrees is 8.
Degree, bachelor's is 7.
7.
Hapo 8, tumeweka because you remember we're saying that we do not lose out on any learning that has been acquired. There are those specialized bachelor's degree that take more than 4 years.
I see.
So it takes recognition of
like
that.
Now medicine.
Yes.
Okay.
And also within the professional space, if there is a higher level that
like
they have
law,
that is not yet master's.
Yes. Okay.
So they are mapped somewhere. So nothing is lost.
I see.
So what happens?
So the lowest is what?
The lowest is KNQF level 1 is what we have at primary level right now. Yes, so what they exit, it has to be there because it is a certificate that is issued.
Grade 7.
Grade 9 aki exit.
Ni grade 9 ama ni grade 7? Grade 6.
The one that is certifiable is at grade 9.
Okay.
You remember
So
the
hii ya
one
6
for
umepotelea.
6 because inaendelea too.
It's junior
It will
junior
be
primary.
for the primary, not yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
It's not junior primary. Primary.
primary.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hiyo bado hujashika kitu.
Hiyo enda umalize hapo kidogo.
Now let's take this other side and come to questions. I mean, si story inabamba. Inabamba, inashika. Sasa nani ako na maswali hapa? Hebu tuangalie upande huu. Yes, what's your name and where do you come from? Unafanya biashara gani huku wewe?
Nafahamika kama Emmanuel Mwakima na natoka maeneo ya Taita Taveta. Na mimi
wewe unafanya kazi gani?
Mimi ni fundi wa mbao. Lakini nimefanikiwa kidogo nikapata workshop yangu. So niko na swali kwa Bi Mkurugenzi kunieleza jinsi ya kuthibitisha vyeti vyangu ama vya wafanyakazi wangu na ni njia gani ambayo nitaweza kutumia kuleta udhibitisho katika vyeti vyangu vya nje kama nimeweza kuenda kwa nchi jirani ama Marekani.
Kwa nini unataka kudhibitisha na wewe ni seremala?
Kwa sababu sahi pia kuna ile recognition of prior learning. Kwa hiyo pia
nataka kuelewa zaidi.
Yes.
Haya, makofi hapo kwa huyo Mwakima. Haya. Na Kiswahili chako mufti sana basi mtu wa Taveta. Basi Bi Mkurugenzi kama ulivyoitwa sasa tuambie atawezaje kufanya RPL na what is the process?
Asante sana kwa hilo swali. Recognition of prior learning. Nashukuru sana kwa maana umejua kuna recognition of prior learning na you're taking advantage of that kwa sababu ni yako na any other person mwenye ako na hiyo skill na competence. So what we do is that Kenya National Qualifications Authority has developed the policy. We have cascaded it to what we call the qualification awarding bodies. Hiyo ni institution. So you will go to an institution that is duly accredited because again, hutaenda kwa shule yoyote ile, utaenda kwa yoyote ile that is not accredited and that certificate will not be recognized. And it is not difficult to know that which is recognized na yenye haiko recognized. Again, you'll go to our portal and you'll be able to see which is that institution where you can go to be assessed through recognition of prior learning. So hiyo selemari, hiyo iko na tunajua there are so many national polytechnics that are doing that. You simply approach. For instance, kama uko Taita Taveta, Taita Taveta National Polytechnic is doing that. Mombasa National Polytechnic is doing that. And they are working together with the industry. Of course, tumesikia TVET space inawak sana na industry, we have do training and all that. But also within the RPL space, when you go there, they will guide you. Watakushika mkono, they will tell you what you need to produce. Watakwambia kama umekuwa ukifanya miaka 2-3, tupatie hiyo evidence. That we call portfolio of evidence. So,
hiyo ni kizungumkumu
sana. Hiyo ni kuzungumenge.
Sasa hiyo hebu ongea kidogo. Tumesema huyu Mwakima wale watu wanafanya kazi wakisikia portfolio
wanapotea.
Wanafikiri ni mafaili nyingi. Inamaanisha nini?
Faili mingi. Unaona kila wakati ukienda kazini kama ni kwa hiyo kimbanda yako. Kuna ile kazi umefanya. Kama ni hiyo meza umetengeneza, piga picha. Zile umefanya, piga picha. Hiyo ndio tunaita kwa kizungu. Pata hii kizungu kidogo kwa sababu utaishika. Inaitwa portfolio.
Utengeneza
kama
kitabu,
video ziweke pamoja. Na tunajua sasa majenziz mko na simu. Hata kama wewe sio jenzi, tuko na simu pia. Ensure iko recorded somewhere.
Mkopa na ile simu ya kawaida.
Tuko nazo. So ensure what recognition of prior learning rides on is what you have put together. Kwa sababu tunasema hatutaki kukurudisha kwa class. Unajua hizi maneno. So lakini tunataka kudhibitisha ya kweli that uko na hiyo knowledge na hiyo skill.
Okay.
So lazima uende
na sasa baada ukishafanya hiyo portfolio utafanya training nyingine?
Hapana, utakuwa tu assessed. Kama hujafikisha what is required to be assessed, institution itamwambia, cause unaona hajafanya training yenyewe, yeye anakuja na ile skill amepata from the industry. So what he will be told is that from the requirement to be certified at this level, kama ni level 5 craft ama 4, utaambiwa kuna hii gap yenye tumeona. Utarudi na kwa sababu assessment is actually done collaboratively with the industry. Wale assessors sio wale trainers to a institution. Tunawaita practitioners. Hao ni wale pia they are drawn from the industry. Wao ni wale wamejua. And they have been taken through to understand how to assess these people. So you will not actually go to class. You will go back to the industry because that is where you got your learning from. Unajijazilia that which is the gap, unarudi tena unakuwa assessed. So in other words, tunakwambia hakuna ile skill, hiyo competence yenye itapotelea. Kwa hivyo hiyo iko. Na the beauty again ameuliza, hiyo cheti itakuwa accepted beyond. Ukienda kule Ujerumani itakuwa accepted. Kwa maana iko mapped kwa National Qualifications Framework. Ukipewa.
Now, let's come to the second question. Yes, madam.
Okay.
Unaitwa nani? Na unatoka wapi? Wewe unafanya taaluma gani?
My name is Lucia Maina, and I come from Nyeri County, and I practice accounts audits.
Okay.
So my question is,
yes, Lucia,
what is the difference between KNQA and NEC?
So KNQA and the Kenya National Examination Council.
Yes.
Over to you, Madam CEO.
Yes, Kenya National Qualifications Authority, we say it's an apex. Apex pale juu kwa sababu it houses all these other institutions that are producing certificates. And we are bringing harmony in there because there are many. Now, Kenya National Examination Council, it is one of the qualification awarding examination bodies. So unafanya examination inakuwa awarded na NEC. So NEC issues you a certificate. Now that certificate issued by NEC, we make sure that it is mapped in the National Qualifications Framework in a way that within the national space we understand what is the meaning of that. What opportunities does it give you? Also, when you move with it, be it at that level, level 2 or level 1, when you move with it outside, it will also be recognized as such. So that is a qualification awarding body that is duly accredited in this country, and that is where we are able to duly register it as a qualification awarding body in Kenya. So in other words, the framework, the National Qualifications Framework, implemented by KNQA, ensures that there is a consistent way of understanding which is this institution that will give you a credible institution, a credible certificate at any of the levels.
I see.
Yes.
So NEC is only limited to its certificate?
Absolutely.
Okay, very good. Let's come to the next question. Yes, sir.
My name is Peter Ometho. I'm from Homa Bay County.
Ometho?
Yes.
Hiyo Ometho unatamka na ile nyadi. Where in Homa Bay?
Kasipul.
Oh, Kasipul.
Yes.
Kule kulikuwa kwa Osele.
Yeah.
Kwa Silvans, eh?
Yes.
Tulikuwa naye Bonga huyo kijana. Endelea.
Okay, my question is
what do you do, by the way?
I'm an economist by profession.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, but economists don't need the recognition of prior learning, do they? And go ahead.
Okay. My concern is today you find that most Kenyans are trying to pursue their qualifications from abroad. So when they come back, what procedure does KNQA apply to recognize those qualifications?
Thank you, Peter. Yes, we have so many people coming to seek for what we call aligning, validating, recognition of qualifications. Sasa Peter amekuja na certificate from outside and any other person. Okay. So what KNQA does is to ensure that we are able to unpack it and map it within the framework. So that if you want to pursue a course in Kenya with that foreign certificate, you will not be disadvantaged. Also, if you're seeking employment. Now, how we do it is that, remember I said that NQF is a global concept. So we are able to compare our standards with the standards of another country. So hata kama ulifanyia Germany, UK, or wherever, we have access to those standards of qualifications in that country. And that is how we are able to map them. And even the grading system, because there are those that will come with grading system that are very complex to understand. But now, because we are in a community, we are able to really have this mutual understanding on how we are unpacking. So that is doable, and we appreciate, allow me to appreciate the citizens of this country, because they have really been coming to get their certificates authenticated, and that has really helped even the employers to ensure that those certificates we have produced are actually credible.
Okay, maybe I'll ask a supplementary question before you come to the questions online, through online platforms. One day I went to study in the UK, and then they were telling me to go to an English class. And then I told them, surely I started using English in the nursery school. So are you having those kind of experiences, and how are you helping? Because sometimes you get those people, like they are doubting the quality of our degree certificates. And especially now that we have 86 universities, 46, public, and 40, private. We just had, PS in Yangala here. So how are you helping in that situation, so that our papers are properly, they are actually not seen as of less quality and value?
Absolutely, and that is exactly what the framework has come to do, to ensure, because when we say that we have registered a qualification is actually that program that is being offered by an accredited institution. So if it's, for instance, nursing, and you're told that we can employ you, but your language is not acceptable, what we are doing is that we are matching and referencing our qualifications to the qualifications of the other countries. Of course, we have our own context, but then because we are bound, allow me to put a bit of English here, UNESCO Global Convention that requires that member states appreciate and recognize qualifications, then that is how it is helping unlock those bottlenecks.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. I'll say there, dozo, yoroshiku. Okay, let's come to that's some Japanese again. We come to you, Miss Rehab Adhiambo. Do you have any questions from online people?
Hello, Dr. Kande.
Be louder, kindly.
I think you've just responded to one question, but maybe I can repeat it for clarity. One person says the president has been signing employment agreement with foreign countries. What is the authority doing to ensure that the youth meet the qualification standards set by foreign countries like Germany, where you have to pass German language? And in case the youths don't meet these standards, do you provide any training to ensure they meet those standards? For example, a Kenyan PhD holder is doing manual jobs in the USA, like washing utensils, and they have to to go and start from scratch. They have to go to college. What are you doing about that? And then the last, there have been cases of civil servants with fake certificates or without qualifications at all, and they are making money as ghost workers. How often do you do a crackdown to ensure these opportunities go to the people who deserve them? Thank you.
Yeah, so that is to mean that if we have a Kenyan Kenkusha, it's the same as the one for Japanese, and vice versa.
Absolutely. Thank you. And that's a comparability that we're looking at. That if you have a PhD, a doctorate, like you've talked about, it should be accepted as a doctorate in Europe, in Asia, everywhere. And let me say that again, that is the purpose of implementing a framework. I talked about Africa continental.
So a Kenyan PhD should be the same as the one in England.
In England. But you see, there has to be something that is connecting.
Yes.
This connector is the qualifications framework.
I see.
I was going to say, like, for instance, in Asia, we have the Asia Regional Qualifications Framework.
Okay.
And they actually subscribe to the same parameters that we look at.
I see.
When we do that, and I did say it is also supported by the UNESCO and other international bodies, global bodies.
Yes.
And when we subscribe to that, then we are able to really push with a loud voice in terms of acceptability of our qualifications.
Okay, let me ask you a question, and then you give us your closing remarks. Our Kenyan qualifications up to par, are they, global? Are they at that level, or are they amatuni certificates zingine hapo,
As far as you're concerned, we've made progress. We've not had so many that have been rejected, and this I say very confidently, because we have had feedback, and people have actually come asking for ratification so that when they go there, it is accepted. And we've gotten feedback.
Yes.
However, we've also gotten feedback that like those issues of requirement to bridge and to do English and how we handle that, and that is where the Ministry of Foreign Affairs comes in, is that we do agreements with them and assure them that in as much as you're insisting on your English there, we are assuring you that what has been done here, because you're also bound to accept our qualifications, then you need to accept this English as well.
I see.
So we are on course with that, and the government has really been supportive in ensuring that this happens.
Very good. Your closing remarks, madam?
My closing remarks that we're grateful that we've really, as a country, we've gone ahead in terms of ensuring credibility of our qualifications, acceptability within the labor market. Importantly, that portability that you're talking about, that as you move with your certificate, it will be acceptable whether it is at national, regional, continental space. Let's embrace national qualifications framework. We are championing implementation of Africa Continental Qualifications Framework Network. It will be registered in Kenya. And at the end of this month, we shall be hosting over 45 countries to just come and talk about. To come.
How many delegates are you expecting?
We are expecting over 45 countries from the continent.
How many delegates? 100, 200, 300?
We're expecting about 120 delegates.
Wow.
And this will be a first, be a great one. Yes, and of course part of it will be trying to see how we can do what you call ratification, allow me to speak to this, of Addis Convention. Speaking to acceptability of qualifications
there's
in
a convention
other spaces.
at Addis,
There's a convention at Addis, and our government is on course, but Kenya has not ratified. However, we are champions of implementing what has been endeavored in it.
Have we signed?
We are yet to sign. We are hoping that before or immediately after that meeting, it will be signed.
And Article 26 of the Constitution will be useful.
It requires. Thank you.
Here. Thank you very much. Tusimame pale. Karibia hapa. Angalia pale, tuseme, mimi ni Mkenya mzalendo. Je, wewe? Mimi ni Mkenya mzalendo daima. This show is Sema na Spox. Asante sana, karibu sana kwa kuja. Hiyo PhD yako si ya Bonoko. Hiyo iko. Asante sana. Thank you very much. Until next time, let's keep it here. Sema na Spox. Tukiwa na KBC. Asante sana.